I just came back from El Salvador and this is how it went. As you can see, I was definitely living my best life. Ugh, I miss it. It's just so great going back and then just being disconnected from the entire world. You're just worried about small little things, about like what are you gonna eat for lunch or for dinner. This is the chicken we're going to kill, slaughter, and devour.
What?
And you're just like chilling with your family, enjoying the nice views, just relaxing. And of course that's, you know, how vacations are supposed to be. But going back to the countryside of any country, especially a third world country, it's just night and day in comparison to like the lifestyle you would have here in the tri-state area near New York, where everybody's just working 24/7. Or even if you are going to vacation, let's say to Florida or California or something, you are still connected in some sort of way. But going to the countryside where you're just kind of stuck with no internet or very slow internet or Wi-Fi, you are there with the cows, with the chickens, with the birds, with the bats, with the rats, with the mosquitoes. There was everything. There was a little bit of everything. Oh, there's a fly on my phone. And yes, I did say rats. Yeah. Over there, they really don't take things for granted, and that's what I really came to appreciate from El Salvador and from the people there. A lot of the people are just more mellow and more chill. They just take things day by day, and they appreciate every single day. Even if things are so mundane or so repetitive, it's nice that they just don't take things for granted. And I feel like over here, this different lifestyle that we're living where capitalism just takes over. I don't know how else to describe it, but we're just consumers. You just constantly have to purchase this or buy this product, or here somebody's trying to sell you this new thing, and like, oh yes, you want to take better care of your skin, do this, or this is how you should have your home set up. And it's a lot. And don't even get me started with the politics too. The political debates, it's insane over here, and it was really nice to just get away for 2 weeks and just try to experience small little things. And my aunts and my grandma, they definitely showed me that. They definitely just made me feel more relaxed and more at ease. I did want to give you guys an MTV Cribs tour though. Okay, so this is my parents' home. This is their bathroom right here, the backyard, my room. I love like upstairs, my parents are here, that door. I love this little outdoor indoor space. I think like the concept, definitely there, super inspirational. Oh, this little section is the kitchen. This is the sink. That's right. The house right now is a little bit bare, a little bit empty. We have one refrigerator. This is it. This is her. Gym equipment. I don't know whose that is, but the table. You know, I love the openness of it. It's an open floor plan. Granted, there are a lot of bugs and flies that do come here, but it's okay. I'm seeing one right now. We're just gonna back up. I also want to give you guys a little bit of backstory of this house. So my dad essentially had to leave his childhood town because during that time there was a major civil war going on. and his siblings and his parents, they all had to migrate to a different town, and then they started building this house when he was growing up, and I think he was around 18 at the time, I want to say. Very young, but like one of the oldest in the family. I think I admire that really, because it's just amazing to see that they were able to build a whole house and stuff. And now my aunt has her own property right next door, and then my other aunt also has her property on the same street. This is how majority of the country lives over there. And I don't want to sugarcoat it, or I don't want to just say like, oh my god, look at all the resorts and the pretty little places and the beaches and the waterfalls and this. Like, there is that, but there, you know, is also poverty in the country, and we can't just ignore it. And I want to show you guys the most authentic version of El Salvador. So here it is. Here it is. But getting into the touristy area, there was this one beach, right? It was a strip of beaches. You can enter for free, but the catch is you're under this one large tent thing, and you were sharing like space with other people kind of closely, and you have your own little table, but you don't have your own little like hut area, right? So the first beach that I went to, the water was very freaking close to these tables, and I just felt cramped. It was you felt a little cramped, especially when there was hammocks also around. There was cars under this tent, and people would eat there, and there would be a lot of people selling you things, which was really cool. But again, like, it comes, you know, it clusters the space a little bit. And then there's also dogs around just walking around and stuff. It was a little bit smelly, I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit it's a little bit smelly, but overall, like, it was like the water was really warm, the waves were chill until I think 1 or 12 p.m. the tides just kept growing and growing to the point where you're just like, okay, I do not feel safe being in the water, especially since I cannot swim. So I definitely did come back kind of quickly after that. Also, I did not know this, but the lifeguards, every single time at noon, I think they would just leave, or like they're done with their shift, because they would tell everybody to like get out of the ocean, get out of the water, and then we would just leave, and then like a few minutes later, like, people would just go back in. So I didn't know they did that. That was a different, you know, a little culture difference. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess people still went in, so you know, swim at your own risk. It was really nice seeing all the local vendors and people selling every single type of merchandise, every single type of food. Oh my god, you can stuff your face with food any time of the day. I also want to preference that for us, a lot of the plates and dishes that we had, like in restaurants and stuff, they were much cheaper in comparison to the United States, because obviously, you know, the salary difference comparison to El Salvador, they would make $13 a day, and in the United States, you know, in New Jersey specifically, we're making $15 an hour. So there is that major gap. A plate of steak for $5 ranging to $8, and it was a lot of food for us, and you're like, oh my god, I got this for $8. It's insane. But for us, we would think, wow, $8 is so cheap. But then you have to think back, no, somebody's working like 8 hours to get $13 to pay for one plate that costs $8. Like, it's insane. But I did stuff my face because of this difference. I was just like, I'm gonna eat my food, my people's food, because it's delicious. I'm sorry, but you help them in some ways. You help the business. So there's that. Also, the sand in El Salvador, majority of the beaches will have black sand, and the reason for this is because we have a lot of volcanoes on our territory. So there's just that little geography lesson. We also went to a cool water park, but this water park was like natural, and it was a river. They kind of shifted the river and kind of man-made it into a water park. So it was really nice that you can actually swim with fishes in this little place. So you see the little fishies, right? And then you see the stream of just water just going down and stuff. You can bring your tubes, you can just treat it as a regular water park, and it was really nice. The food there was amazing. The steak that I had there, I loved it. It was so delicious. I was like, what? This is a great deal. This is a great, the seasoning is there, everything is there. It was perfect. It was nice. I really liked the food there. And then just walking around the place, you see all these different little restaurants, you see like slides and stuff, the kids section, and they also had zip lining, and I was about to go. But the reason why I didn't go was because the lady told me that I would have to zip line across like this crazy river, and then there was another one. There was like 5 in total. And I thought it was just one, which was across the whole water park. And I'm like, oh, I can do that. That's easy. And I just said, no, I do not. No way I was gonna do that. I was kind of scared. I'm like, I don't want to do that. But where I did end up going was this sick, you know the TikTok rainbow slide? I did it. I went on it. And I had the best time of my life. I was telling my mom, I'm like, please mom, let's dedicate one day to go to this picnic steakhouse. I promise you it's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. All the TikTokers and influencers went here. I promise you, you're gonna have the best time of your life, mom. And she took me. So we went, and then I was terrified. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a good 10 minutes. I just had to look at other people go down and make sure they were good, they were alive, because it was kind of steep. I was not expecting it to be that steep. I thought it would be like a cute little slide. No, it was not. It was kind of scary. And when I went on it, okay, I didn't want to look down. I was scared. I was trying to look at my mom. I was like, oh my god, this is not fun. But I have to do it because I didn't come all the way over here to El Salvador, and I didn't drive 2 hours, you know, to not go on this damn slide. I did scream from the top of my lungs. I am not ashamed of it. It was scary. If you see in the video, I literally am not even touching the slide at one point. That was crazy and scary, but I did it. So I can definitely check that off my bucket list, and it was really cute and fun. I had a great time there. I look really adorable. I was like, yes, I'm gonna do my makeup. I'm gonna wear a cute little dress. We're gonna eat great. I had salmon. It was fabulous. Like, I liked it. That was a great time. That was a really great time. After that, we went to a volcano, and it was inactive though. And this volcano was called San Salvador Volcano Boquerón National Park. It was pretty. Oh my god, the trail was gorgeous, like stunning. The views were just immaculate, and I'm just like, how in the world is this just God's creation? Like, what? I was really, you know, in awe of the scenery and just like all the greenery, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and it was, you know, a really great memory that I'm gonna have. I really highly recommend, if you're ever planning to visit El Salvador, to visit this area, because it's very touristy. There's a lot of other restaurants, there's a lot of beautiful scenes. You can see the entire city of San Salvador from up there as well. It's just a gorgeous experience. I 100% recommend anybody going here. Overall, I just had a great experience, a great time just being there with my family and just exploring the great country that El Salvador is, even though there is a lot of political turmoil. I think that never really left. it's sad that it never really left, because the people can definitely prosper and do great things if they weren't always so tied with all these political dramas. And yeah, you just want your people to do great and to excel, but sometimes it's just difficult when there's things like this that are just out of your control. I know that my mom and my grandma and my dad, everybody just experienced the war back then, and I did an interview with them. I sat down with them, and I wanted to get my grandma to just open up and share like what she experienced, and then I also asked my mom too, because she was only a kid, seeing like the worst things from wars that, you know, kids shouldn't have to worry about that. They should have had to worry about being in school and just relaxing and worrying about kid stuff, but they couldn't. It was really just great to immerse yourself into the culture, into everything, and just being present. I think that's the main takeaway, that I was present, I was enjoying it all. And you don't need, you know, this kind of opens your eyes, like, you don't need money to be happy. I think this is one of the biggest life lessons that I definitely learned from them. It's that you just need to have great company and just an open mind and just live, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for, just to enjoy ourselves and to enjoy the human experience, whatever that means to you. And yeah, I really recommend just immersing yourself in a different type of culture that you wouldn't normally experience it in your lifestyle or your day-to-day. Thank you guys so much for joining me and experiencing all of this. I really had a great time. I hope you did too. I hope you learned something new. I'm here to educate you, and you're here to educate me. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. It would 100% help the channel grow and help the channel grow. That's it.